Well, a Bookmatch live edge table is two pieces sequentially cut from the same log back to back. So when you're cutting Bookmatches, or when we're cutting Bookmatches, we find the best section of the log that's going to yield usually the widest material, and we'll go ahead and select that portion of the log for cutting Bookmatches, and then the rest becomes just one-off slabs that we stack independently. But when you're making a Bookmatch table, you want to use two pieces that are sequentially cut, and essentially you fold them open like this. And what you achieve is a mirror image of one side and the next. So when you glue those together, it looks a lot more like you're looking at a single piece of wood rather than multiple boards that are glued together. A lot of our customers want the one-piece look, but they don't want to spend the one-piece price. Single slabs of wood take a lot longer to dry. They're harder to mill. They're harder to move. We usually cut them thicker so you got more board footage there. So it goes without saying that those pieces cost more. And so we cut Bookmatches for our customers who are wanting to go for the single slab look, but not the single slab price. No, not really. I mean, when we're cutting these logs, you can cut Bookmatches back to back. Now, the only thing that it adds is we stack our Bookmatches differently than we stack everything else that comes out of the log. We go for max yield when we're cutting. So when we're cutting jacket lumber off the top of these boards, we'll cut it thinner. So that goes to one pile, and then maybe the next board down becomes a 8 or a 9/4 board, and that goes to another pile. Our typical Bookmatches we will cut at 10/4 or 2.5 inches thick, so that goes to a different pile, and all of these woods end up stacked on separate bunks, and they get dried at different intervals. We've never had a request like that yet. Typically when we do multiple species in a glue up, it's in a cutting board or a butcher block or something that we can cut a bunch of face grade boards, stand them up, and put them together. We've made in-grain butcher block with multiple species before, but when it comes to tables, we very rarely have we ever taken two different slabs and glued them together. We've had customers before come into our shop and see a Bookmatch table and they think it's a single piece of wood. You can achieve a really similar look where if you slip match the pieces of wood, so you take your two sequential cuts but you flip one over. So sometimes when we're cutting these slabs, they'll be really wide at one end and really skinny at the other. So to Bookmatch them, you would end up with something that looked like a triangle. But if you were to slip match or reverse match those slabs, you get the big part of one slab and the small part of another that'll go together, and you'll end up with a uniform size.